The system, the system, the system. Sometimes it's nice to visit my mind again. Now I know why you blocked me today not to enter my account for myself 1929. I was playing back just the video. Listening to the children irritating when I'm trying to post a very important video.
3 years later, that woman have no child. Where does the 3-month-old child went? Is it not your baby over there? Is it? I know they won't tell you the children are growing. They're not growing. We have dead body. The body is dead. The egg in the stomach is alive. What's the difference? If two people, they get married today, they wanna go on with their job for now, they wanna do business. They say 10 years later, we're gonna have children. What's the difference? If they have the baby now, 10 years later, the baby is 10 years old. You understand? When people get married, they said, we're gonna get busy with our career right now. We wait until 10 years later, we have a baby. What is different when they have the baby now? What will stop them till 10 years later? If they have the baby now, they're gonna be busy with the child. He goes to work, she goes to the daycare. They cannot do what they have to do. But if you understand, when the baby is still inside of the mother, the painting is still inside of the father. Wherever the two of them go, they go with the baby inside of them. So tell me, if they can go anywhere they want to go with the baby inside of them, and then 10 years later, they get the baby out. And now, this baby is 9 months old. But the other neighbor did not wait. They have a baby. Their baby is 10 years old. What's the difference? The woman who have the baby today and the woman who say, I will wait 10 years later. What is she having? Is it not the baby from the woman today she gonna get 10 years later? Only she gonna get the baby body out of her, which is already a dead body, and just put it on top of this.
You know what my friends cannot see? Because this video I post, and then the number 3 video I post after it, it's watched by 119 people, but this video is watched by 5 people. It is irritating. It's really. I know what I was saying. To me, I understand it. That's why the child falls down. They were making noise. I don't pay attention. I'm just talking. And then the child falls down to really scream so I can stop talking. And I take the child in my arm. Immediately the doorbell ring. My Thai girlfriend show up without calling. And I get up to open it, and you cut the part out. Listen, motherfuckers. If the cow and the chicken have no purpose in this world, it's only for sex. And when they develop their sperm, they have to feed you, the people. When I'm posting my video, don't cut it when I'm trying to talk to myself. The game is finished now. No rat is coming to spend time inside my house. It is finished. My aunt or no aunt, no fucking waste sperm is coming behind my door. It is finished. Let me replace what you specifically use the little brats to interrupt. Right inside my mind. Because when I'm taping a video, I'm talking, they look different, like they're not here. But when I'm playing the video, if when you stick your fucking fucking ass in United Nations. 10 people cannot talk at the same time. Only one rat is talking and the rest of you can listening. I'm talking, you using the fucking fake ass dead dolls to interrupt in a video. I'm gonna replace it. Be careful, Dutch people. Your dead spam will never cross this door, even if it's their dying wish. Let's finish now. You take my 2 children so I can babysit the dead spam around me. It's the people who build the body. But the wind inside of the body is not the wind from the people. It is over now, motherfuckers. So my friends, I have positive friends. I have 8 girlfriends that are playing my videos. To my girlfriends. What I was saying in the video, what's they interrupt and then they cut it. When a little child that is 3 months old or 3 days old crying over there, if the sound of the baby is totally different 3 years later, what is the difference? If the woman that lives next door, you see her, she's taking a walk, she have no baby, and you pass next to her, you have a child. The child is 3 months old. She have no child. 3 years later, your baby is 3 years and 3 months old. Please tell me, if you see the same woman who passed next to you that have no child, and now you have the baby that is 3 years old, when you have your baby, that 3 years old what you have used to be next door. Your baby was 3 months old. What happened when your 3 month old baby turned to 3 years and 3 months, and the woman you see that have no child, and now you see her holding a 3 month old baby? Is that not your baby next to her? If 3 years ago she have no child, 3 years ago that was the little baby you have in your arm, and 3 years ago someone else have the 3 years old what you have now, but their 3 years old is now 6 years old. Is it not the same baby? The mind game from home to home. What's the difference? When 2 people fall in love, they want to go on with their career, they want to have a business, they said, we're going to make money now, we wait 10 years later, we're going to have a baby. What's the difference? When they wait 10 years to have the child, or when they have the baby now? You have to understand, when 100 people are married today, out of those 100 people, it's only 50 gonna get pregnant. The 50 men that's married to the 50 women, there will only be 50 baby next year. But if out of those women, 25 say we're gonna have a baby now, and the other 25 say we're gonna wait 10 years later, please tell me, what's the difference if all of them have a baby now, or when this ones have a baby now, and 25 of them say we wait 10 years later? If the 25 women wait 10 years later, if they still have the body inside of them, they can take a walk with their baby inside of them. They can go anywhere. Nothing can stop them. There's no child crying behind them. But you, the 25 who decide to have a baby, you have these little children crying. You cannot do your job. You cannot create nothing. Only you have to take care of these children. 10 years later, your children are 10 years old. What happened when those women decide to have a baby today? Is it different? Or are they going to just have the babies what you already have? You babysit the babies till 10 years. And now 10 years later, they start. So what's the difference when you already have a 10 years old that doesn't cause trouble anymore? And now they have a young baby. But your children is now 10 years old. They have a young baby. Their baby is crying. They have to have the 1 year old, the 2 years old, the 3 years old, the 4 years old, the 5 years old, the 6 years old, the 7 years old. But as they have the 1 year old, you have the 11 years. They have the 2 years, you have the 12 years. They have the 3 years, you have the 13 years. They have the 4 years, you have the 14 years. They have the 5 years, you have the 15 years. They have the 6 years, you have the 16 years. They have the 7 years, you have the 17 years. They have the 8 years, you have the 18 years. They have the 9 years old baby, you have the 19 years old. They have the 10 years old, you have the 20 years old. Is it not the same baby? Only they're using the body from the women to decorate the same baby from yesterday. If the children, it doesn't matter if you have them now or you have them later, if you're it's like someone comes to me and say, can you please watch my baby? The baby is 13 years old. And the person knows this baby caused so much trouble. I say, sorry, I cannot watch your baby. I cannot watch it because I know your baby caused trouble. What's the difference if my baby is 7 years old and your baby is 13 years old? What's the difference between the two? How long does it take for me to get the 13 years? You have the 13 years now. I have the 7. 6 years later, I have the 13 years that I say I don't want to take care of. But 6 years later, you will have the 19. And the 13 years old that comes to me, I said no. That 13 years old comes to me. And I'm taking care of the troublesome 13 years you used to have. Now you have the 19 years that was over there. Are we having children? Or are we just getting dead body out of us so energy can play mind game with us? If you can walk around with your baby inside of you for 10 years, what's the difference when you get them out today? And the other women who did not wait 10 years ago, you just thinking their children go, well, they babysit the 3-month-old, they babysit the 1 year, they babysit the 2 years, they babysit all the age, and they're going to babysit them till they grow up. You can babysit someone else's 40 years of age son. They come to you, pretend to be your husband. You can babysit them, or they drop their sperm inside of you. You get your baby out, and now you have to babysit them just like their mother babysit them, but in your own image. But don't worry, someone die over there because they want people to be stressed. If 100 women, they have a baby 20 years ago, and the other 100 that say, we're not going to have a baby now, we're going to wait later. What's the difference 20 years later when they start? What are they going to have? They're going to have the same babies, what this one, only they have a nice face, new face. Don't worry, it's not the same baby. If you keep your body inside of you, you take a walk, end of the day, you have no stress. Believing that you have a child, no, we babysitting energy. You can babysit 3 of them, or you just babysit 1. It is simple. We babysitting the motherfuckers that pretending to be children. They stealing our dead body, and they abusing them. I mean, really abusing. It is sad, you know. A child right now is 15 years old, too young to have a baby. But they are 13 years of age getting pregnant. When a 5 years of age girl is just playing around now, 20 years later, she's 25, and then she get pregnant. Is it not the same baby she gonna have what the other woman have the last 20 years when she was just 5 years old? I mean, keep your body inside of you. You have no stress. Get them out. They can walk around with them, use them, abuse them, insult them. Look around you. I mean, Celine Dion is now babysitting 2 young children. John Travolta is now babysitting a little baby. 1 year later, they're going to babysit the 1-year-old. 2 years later, they babysit the 3. Where is the 3 years old? They live out there. The time when they get to 3 years old, the one who have the 3 years old now, they're going to have the 6 years old. You can babysit, but I don't babysit any fake babies anymore.